the motion for a new aircraft for Tinubu. His name is Mr. Satomi. That's his name, Honorable Satomi. So he said, according to them, right, they said in March 2023, sorry, on the 23rd of March, right? So the Share House Committee on National Security and Intelligence, Honorable Satomi, moved a motion on the floor of the House to investigate the breakdown of planes in the presidential fleet. He cited the reported malfunction of Mr. Tinubu's plane during a trip to the Netherlands, Mr. Shettima's cancellation of a US trip after his aircraft broke down. Some lawmakers, notably like in opposition, were like, no, you can't buy aircraft, right? But let me tell you, Angono, I want to give you the list of the aircraft in the Nigerian, what do you call it? In the Nigeria presidential fleet, right? So they have one Gulfstream for Tinubu. Let me give you the list here. So according to the report, presidential fleet has 6 aircraft. One Boeing 737, a Gulfstream G550, a Gulfstream GV, 2 Falcon 7Xs, and a Challenger CL605. So they said the Boeing 737, the presidential jet, is 19-year-old and is unserviceable. They cannot service it anymore. And currently undergoing annual maintenance. Again, in the same sentence, right? Conversely, the vice president's 13-year-old, okay, Shettima's own aircraft is 13-year-old. They said it is Gulfstream G550, G550. And they said it's not really in good condition too. However, they said the Gulfstream GV is Gulfstream GV. That one is 23 years old and is currently unserviceable. They also said the Challenger CL605 is 12 years old and that one is serviceable. Okay. They said the Augusta 139 helicopters classified as unserviceable. So they said they are 17 and 18 years old, respectively. Also, from their investigation, they said, mind you, in the last 8 years, from 2016 to 2024, Nigeria presidency, the government of Nigeria, they have spent they usually spend $1.5 million to maintain one aircraft. See how pushing low, right? Now, since 2016, they said it is now costing them between $4 million and $5.5 million to service one aircraft. Baba. If I talk now, they go say na poverty, they do me. 4.5 million or $5.5 million. Is that how much all these airlines spend to service their, I don't know. Is it? So that I'm not screaming, and people will be like, "My, go close your mouth." That's how much they use to service aircrafts. Okay. Anyway, so now they believe that that's waste of money. Instead of using $5 million to service one aircraft, and they have 6. They have 6 that they have to service, plus helicopters and others. They have about 10. So if it's costing them $5.5 million to service one, okay, look on that plane, princess. Hey, let me do that plane. You know, get anybody who wants to plane. Because sometimes, we should try and find out things before we probably go on and on and on. Because maybe I should ask. Director's Court, any idea? Look on the plane. Because if they are spending $5 million on each aircraft, that means they are spending over $20 million or maybe $30 million to service the aircraft. annually, every year. Is it not better? Plane tutu. That's what the Mr. Security Intelligence Chairman of the House of Representatives. She be now na the shall say Abi, don't worry. Okay. Bokwari said he was going to sell some of the aircraft. They put them on eBay. Nobody paid or nobody was ready to buy it. Somehow, like you want to sell something and you are still driving, you are still flying it everywhere. You have to park it somewhere and not, I don't know. So the guy, the committee's chairman, in his own word, let me tell you what he said. He said, the committee is of the strong and informed opinion that considering the fragile structure of the Nigerian Federation and recognizing the dire consequences of any foreseen or unforeseen mishap that may arise as a result of technical or operational inadequacy of the presidential air fleet, it is in the best interest of the country to procure 2 additional aircraft as recommended. As a matter of urgency, this will also prove to be most cost efficient in the long run, apart from the added advantage of providing a suitable, comfortable, and safe carrier befitting of the status and responsibilities of the office of the president and vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's their report. They have forwarded it to the Old Rock for a very, very urgent consideration. And it's not Tinubu saying one buy aircraft now. Now some committee believe that, if Shettima, how many of you I told them that when you were talking about the Fulanis or the northern rogues who made Tinubu president because maybe they felt like maybe Tinubu was going to die so that Shettima can just get the power and it will return to. And some people were like saying, Tinubu need to be very careful of that Shettima. No. That man, all of you now, you are not ready for Shettima as your president. People who are saying that, I quickly cautioned you. I said, hey, Omashio, I don't know why there are some of you who actually don't even understand who Tinubu is. We are talking about a born criminal. How many people who have the same baggage of Tinubu do you know in Nigerian politics? How many? There is no two Tinubu. You know when they talk about mafia, Baba, in 2006, in 2003, when the tsunami of PDP, when Obasanjo sort of played the Awolowo sons who were using Awolowo's name to deceive the Yorubas. Awolowo this, Awolowo that. They actually felt so entitled, AD, that they don't need to, they couldn't even, some of them couldn't go and campaign for second term. They were relying on Obasanjo that the Yorubas didn't support in 1999. That Obasanjo would deliver them because Obasanjo said, I'm a Yoruba man. It was the North that made me president if you have to use the number. So, if all of you, the Yoruba governors, Oshoba, Ade Farati, Ade, what's that one again? Adeniyi, that one, Adeniyi, Ekiti. Anyway, don't worry. So, Obasanjo sold them the Zobo. They bought it. That was how PDP swept the entire southwest of Nigeria except Lagos. And the man that was challenging Tinubu was the Omoluabi Eko. So Tinubu managed the Jeunsoke, Kotu Jeunsapo, okay, vote buying and all of that, and the whole control of the garages at the time. He was able to slug it, and he was the only surviving left, the only surviving AD governor, Funshaw Williams, was ready to take it up with him in 2007. In 2006, while Tinubu was preparing Isaleko Barack Obama, Fashola, to take over from him, Omoluabi Eko was already coasting home as the next governor of Lagos State. Guess what happened? From nowhere, somebody of that status, some hired assassins, they went to his house. You know what they did to him? Somebody like that, Omo Eko, like proper Lagos, a politician of that status, they entered his house through the AC unit window. And you know what they did to him? They tied his hands to his back. They tied his leg and then strangulated him. His entire household didn't know they've killed him upstairs. Until tomorrow, those who killed Funshaw Williams are never found. And that totally put the opposition in Lagos at the time into a complete disarray. Like, totally. Everything went red. That was how Tinubu managed to consolidate his capturing of Lagos. The rest is history. If you don't know Tinubu, you better go and check again. He is a born criminal. There is no two Tinubu. There is no criminal that is so audacious to face the law of a country if you don't know much about it. He knew Nigeria was a crime scene. He didn't take any chances. He bided his time. Shettima come a crash in plane crash in. You are supposed to worry for Shettima. You are not supposed to worry for Kolu. You are supposed to be worried for Shettima. Shettima may be a terrorist sympathizer, a jihadist. Papa, if you look at the terrorist, you will see the likes of Tinubu as the real drug lord, the banker for drug dealers. They are also bankers for gun runners. Who do you think they supply the drug where terrorists they use? And what do you think they do in exchange for all of that? Shettima is just a baby terrorist. Tinubu is a terrorist in it. In 8 years as governor, the lucky deputy governors, he removed 2 of them before he ended his 8 years. So don't worry, don't ever worry for Tinubu. You have to be worried for Shettima. Now they talk about malfunction aircraft. Nigeria is fragile, divided. Nigeria has never been this divided. No thanks to APC. If Tinubu's plane crash, riots go start, Abina jubilation go start. And if Shettima's plane suddenly crash and Shettima die, what's going to happen? You're going to start war in northern Nigeria. Well, I don't think so. But somehow, since what they said to you in Nigeria is fear, it is ideal now to go and look for maybe another $200 million. Maybe they need to buy the aircraft for 40, 50, I've been 100 billion naira. But, you know, even if you object to it, you scream on the screen, you complain now. Like the yacht, there's nothing you can really do. As a typical Nigerian, there's nothing much you can do. Anyway, Sha, if you see anybody where they sell plane, okay? But listen to this. Professor Lumumba talking about Nigeria and Africa generally.
I hear in Nigeria economists and politicians telling me that the GDP of Nigeria is 500 billion United States dollars, and that therefore it is the biggest economy in the world. I am reminded of the words of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, my friend, when he says, in a debate between dwarfs, What is the value of one dwarf saying I'm taller than the other dwarfs? You are still a dwarf. This Nigeria is capable in 5 years of becoming a 3 trillion GDP economy. The fundamentals are there. Talk of human resource. And I think it is, my sister, you go to anywhere in the world, tell me, engineering, artificial intelligence, space, Nigerians. The saying goes, if you go to any part of the world and you do not find a Nigerian, run away from there. Because there is nothing to be done there. It is these Nigerians who will move the country. I keep on reminding my Nigerian friends, you say you are 220 million. No, you are not. I suspect you are 300 million. And if my suspicion is correct, you owe this region and this continent the talent. You know, when people talk about instability in Nigeria, I ask them, can you handle refugees from Nigeria? Can you? You cannot. They'll overwhelm the entire West Africa. So it is in Africans' genuine desire that Nigeria remains great and becomes great. All the ingredients are there. Writing in 1983, Chinua Achebe, in his book, The Trouble with Nigeria, said that it is simply and squarely a problem of leadership. That is an African problem, and I also want to say it is also a problem of followership. Before the Ezemwe started speaking, he talked about what is expected of him in the village. When you are appointed into a public office in Africa, they actually expect you to be a thief. And if you don't steal, they say you are not wise. So in the minds of many people in Africa, Abuja and Lagos are hunting grounds where they send their sons and daughters to steal, to take antelopes, which they share in the village. That thinking must change, because service for humanity is what we must look at. And I have no doubt in my mind that Africa can do it. When I look at Africa and I look at Nigeria, I see an Africa that is capable of rising because our sons and daughters now present in the continent and even in the diaspora. You go and see the Africans in the diaspora, whether they are in Antigua and Barbuda, and my good friend here, the ambassador of Antigua and Barbuda, Wallace Williams, Trinidad and Tobago, will agree with me in that regard. You go to St. Vincent's and Grenadines, you go to Jamaica, everybody now wants to come and invest in Africa. But we must make the circumstances right. So we must improve our politics. We must make our laws enabling. We must improve our agriculture. We must improve our health. We must improve our education system. We must improve the quality of the environment so that we stop our young men and women dying in the Mediterranean Sea, dying off the coast of Dhaka, going into modern day slavery in Saudi Arabia, in that part of the world. It can be done. We have here.
I love listening to him. Yeah, that is Professor Lumumba. There's nothing much to add. Yeah, he's becoming warmer now. I've taken off the jackets. You see, when I walked in, it was like a bit cold and it was strange, right? But I put on the heating and the room is warmer now. So that's why I took that off. Thank you. Now, as you have the problem of leadership, so is the problem of followership. And that is why majority of those who don't want you to criticize the criminals in charge of Nigeria, it's not because they love Nigeria. They don't. In these criminal leaders lies their own hope and aspiration. If those people can be what they are, they too can become one. And that is why it is easier for an average Nigerian to expect everyone to be the same. Look at this Mayegun talking. If they give an appointment now, all this talk will change. Because an average Nigerian believes that if you have a chance of being in public office, it is an opportunity to change your life and the life of your family. And that is why in Nigeria, they are not fighting poverty. They are not fighting terrorism. They are not fighting hunger. See, they are not fighting poverty. They are managing poverty. Let us go and give money to the poor. They made that a state policy. Go and give them money to buy food. Let us lift, Pastor Ruga, the former vice president of Nigeria, crashed his aircraft where he was sharing money to market women, 10,000 naira, so that they can start business. They could start businesses. And that was how they wanted to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. These are the characters. Okay? And now, you have the problem of leadership. And you also have the problem of followership. Sometimes the problem of the followership is even worse. Because to them, whatever they are going through, well, one day, their own turn is going to come. That is why in Nigeria, when they say they are sort of fighting poverty, what they simply are doing is, for every individual Nigerian that has joined their bandwagon, you have to fight the poverty in your family first. Unfortunately, Nigeria criminal politicians, it seems, poverty actually runs in their family. It runs in their lineages. Abi now, they say, fight poverty, fight poverty. You will realize that those who are going into public office, politicians, they are those who are wealthy. They are not producing anything, just government money, right? They are those who are wealthy. The communities they represent is all dilapidated like a war zone. They are the ones driving the latest cars. Hard-working workers in Nigeria cannot afford to buy keke. Okay? So they are the ones wearing the latest. They are the ones eating the good food and the rest of that. Here you get. But unfortunately, no amount of money they steal is ever going to end the poverty in their family. Because some of them have been stealing and looting for the past 20 years, from local government chairman to House of Assembly to National Assembly to becoming governor, from governor back to National Assembly, then to minister, and all of this. But every time that they are given, they rig themselves for these positions, every time you will see them live with billions of stolen money. Abisha, if you steal 1 billion now, that one not supposed to finish the poverty in your family and then leave the public money for the public. No, 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 no. Poverty runs in their families. They are so scared of poverty that they cannot take their eyes off the public fund. Their public fund has become family fund. Public money has become their piggy bank. And their followers, they are waiting for their turn. Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. Right? Obi was in Edo State today, where they were having what they call the Jonathan Foundation. He said a few things there. I want to use that. Today's Nigeria. Here
present, Your Excellencies, the former Vice President of Nigeria and Zambia President, Your Excellency, and my own very dear senior brother, Godwin Obaseki, and Mr. Obaseki, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governors, Your Royal Highness, let me very respectfully stand on all due and existing protocol. Your Excellency, I thank you for the honor of inviting me. Mine is very simple. In the history of this Fourth Republic, no Nigerian have made the sacrifice you've made for this country. And I wish others can do it. I said it yesterday. You set out to correct one single thing that this country requires: free and fair election. That's all we ask for. Election where we are not going to have glitches, where the result will be announced as pronounced and people respect it. And you did that. May God Almighty continue to keep you for this country, for that single action. Your Excellency, as president, you sacrificed a lot. Nobody have contributed, again, in this fourth republic that I know to what you did in education. Because you know, like the minister has said, education remains the most important, fundamental for development. It's been shown that the more educated a country is, the more developed. And we know that is what is keeping Nigeria today from developing. You cannot develop when Nigeria today, ranking in human capital, is 163 out of 174. We're going nowhere. You cannot develop when HDI, which is driven by education, again, we're very low. I look at Kenya, when the president was talking, they're medium. They started with low with us. Ghana, everybody, they've all gone to medium. We remain low. So we need to deal with the issue of education. The crisis we are facing in Nigeria today, especially in the north, are people we abandoned uneducated yesterday and think we can leave them in poverty. We have to invest in education and pull poor people out of poverty. If all of us have to sleep with our eyes closed, unless we put the poor out of poverty by educating them and equipping them, everybody will be awake soon. That's what we need to do for our country. You did that. That is why you started university in all the states of Nigeria. Thank you for that. And I hope that what minister said here, which is measurable, can be measured and can be achieved. The time of talking is over. Now it's time for action. Thank you and God bless you.
70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord.